Welcome to my first video in my Bitcoin YouTube playlist. I decided to make this playlist because I needed a resource that I can direct people to get an introduction into Bitcoin. And I decided to start with this video titled "What is Money?" because I believe that an understanding of Bitcoin necessitates an examination of this question, right? And it's only in really exploring this question and wrestling with it, not only philosophically, but in terms of economics, history, really answering that question, what is money, and getting an understanding of this question. It's only at that point can one really begin to really conceptualize and understand Bitcoin. And I want this to be the first of a playlist of short videos, hopefully between 5 to 7 minutes, that I can direct people to so they can start to get an understanding themselves, right? And so we're going to start with this question, what is money? And this is a question that's not easily answered. I've asked some of my friends this, some of my acquaintances, what is money? And I typically get some sort of like kind of silly answers like, oh, money is time, or money is power, or money is what allows you to buy things. And people have all sorts of conceptions and misconceptions about money and what is money. And what I want us to do in this video is explore the question of what is money and really start thinking about this question philosophically, right? And not only philosophically, I believe that answering the question, what is money, you can really break it down into kind of three different categories of thinking. You can think of money historically, you can think of money psychologically, and then you can also think of money, I guess, I want to say chemically, but that's really not the best word. I think more like empirically, or really what I'm trying to get at is look at the properties of money and things that emerge as money, right? So let's just dive right into sort of historical understandings of money, right? And there'll be videos later in this playlist that examine this question more thoroughly, but briefly looking at the history of money, you can think of money evolving as in stages almost, right? And first, before, I guess, modern civilization, money really would have started as kind of like a stage of barter, right? That would have been the first kind of actualization of money. And it's like, oh, I trade this for this. Maybe you give me a pound of rice, I give you 2 chickens. And really what happens throughout this, sort of progression is that people realize that, all right, well, maybe this good kind of dwindles away before this good. Or if I'm a farmer and I have a bunch of pigs, it's not easy to trade my pigs for your apples that I want. And so there becomes like a problem of coincidence of wants. There becomes a problem of saleability, which is the ability for something to persist through time. And so people decide that we have to have a different structure, a different commodity really that serves as money. And historically speaking, different civilizations have used different things as money. Seashells have been used as money. Some civilizations have used beads as a form of money. And if you look at money and things that actually kind of win out, I don't think well, most people will know that the ultimate winner of money historically has been gold, right? Gold kind of beat out all other things. And this happened for a number of reasons, but really what drove gold to sort of the ultimate winner of money is a lot of its chemical properties, and the properties of gold of being divisible, being durable, being portable, being able to be divided, being saleable. These properties of gold allowed it to win out. But the number one kind of property of gold is that it was good, sound money. It was robust and it was hard to produce, right? So this is what economists call the soundness of money. But really you could think about it as gold is a hard form of money. And so what that means is that relative to the amount of gold that exists, gold is very hard to produce. This allows for the people who are using gold as a form of money to continue to hold their value as opposed to all other goods. And Seyfedin Amos, in his book, The Bitcoin Standard, he says something that's really interesting, and I'm going to paraphrase here, but he basically says that it is impossible for any group to insulate themselves from the consequences of not choosing the soundest form of money, right? And basically what he's saying is that if someone chooses a form of money that is more sound and better suited as money than you choose, basically you will have to take on the economic consequences of your decisions. And so you can't, money is not necessarily something that gets to just be decreed from governments, typically speaking, historically speaking. This is not how money has formed, although a lot of people today believe that money is something that is ordained by governments. But if you look at sort of the economic history, this is not the case. And so this gets me kind of to the psychological properties or examination of what is money, right? And psychologically speaking, money has to be something that gives what my friend Murad Mahmudov calls assurances, right? And he came up with this theory called the assurances theory of money, which basically is that people will choose to store their value in something that allows them and affords them assurances that their wealth won't be depleted, assurances that the measurement of unit of account that is used today will continue to be used in the future, and a host of other different assurances. But really, people choose something as money that they trust, right? This is the reason why people say that the United States dollar is backed by the faith and trust of the United States government. And trust is a very important aspect to something serving as money. And I believe that it's probably at the time we live in, it's the biggest weakness of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's only 10 years old and a lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people don't trust it. We'll answer some of these questions and get into these thoughts in subsequent videos. But really, I just want this video to sort of just broach the topic and begin an exploration and an opening of your mind and really examining of what is money, and hopefully in keeping an open mind and through subsequent videos, I hope to demonstrate that first and foremost, Bitcoin is money. And Bitcoin is a new way of understanding money, and it is a new way of exchanging value. And so I think that kind of wraps up this video for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this playlist. I hope it is informative. Please like and share this video. It really helps bring awareness. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.